Welcome to the Rotary Time Show, a public service program presented by Rotary District 7610. Funding for this program is made possible by the generosity of Rotary District 7610, Virginia. On our programs, we talk with Rotarians and community leaders and discuss how Rotary International builds partnerships to support local, national, and world communities. I am your host, Rotarian Dr. Deborah Jackson from the Rotary Club of McLean, Virginia. The success of a Rotary Club is dependent on the club president. They lead, inspire, motivate, and connect their clubs with communities and others locally and around the world. Joining me remotely is Rotarian Nathan Dankwa, who is the president of the Rotary Club of Woodbridge, Virginia for the 2022-23 Rotary year. Welcome, President Nathan, to the Rotary Time Show.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Great, and we're excited to have you here today. As always, we love hearing what our clubs are doing. And also, as a new president, let me say congratulations on your appointment as president of your club. So we know that the year ahead will be an exciting one for you. So let's get started. I want to start by having you talk briefly, maybe about a minute or so, about your background, about your life before Rotary.
My name is Nathan Dankwa. I'm originally from Ghana. I attended the Northern Virginia Community College and Virginia Tech, and joined BB&T, now Truist, right after college in the business banking and commercial banking, management development training program, and have been in those roles all through till now. Married with two kids, one who is a junior at Virginia Tech currently, and a 13-year-old. I enjoy, prior to Rotary, in my youth growing up in Ghana, I was a member of the Interact Club. And so I've always had roots in Rotary, but due to my work schedule, I did not really have the opportunity and the time to commit to Rotary like I had previously done. So I changed roles within my institution a while back, and it gave me an opportunity to have enough time to dedicate to Rotary. And at that point, I decided that I wanted to go back and join Rotary and contribute to the community, the local community in which I live.
Well, thank you for joining, and also thank you being a part of the Rotary legacy down through the years. That's really great. But why the Woodbridge Club? What brought you to Woodbridge?
The Woodbridge Club is because I live in Prince William County. And in the part of Prince William County where I live, in the eastern part of Prince William County, there were two clubs, Lake Ridge and Woodbridge. And the Woodbridge Club was closer to me, and their meeting time was more appropriate for to fit into my work schedule, since we are a lunch club and we meet at lunch, whilst the Rotary Club of Lake Ridge meets more in the mornings. So I figured the Woodbridge Club would fit better into my schedule and would be more appropriate for me to join as compared to what the Lake Ridge Club time meeting was.
Right. Well, you say that they are a luncheon club. How large is the Woodbridge Club? Talk us about your membership.
Currently, we are about 37 members. It's a microcosm of Prince William County, which I would say is predominantly Caucasian, and the club leans that way. But it's a representation of Prince William County. But I would say we're getting a little bit more diverse, but it is Prince William County.
Okay.
It represents Prince William in a very good way.
Great, great. Good to hear that. Talk about your meeting schedules. What are the things that you do as you navigate your daily meeting schedule? Do you all have a program weekly? How do you manage the club?
We have a program weekly. We meet Thursday afternoons at lunch at the Harbor Grill on the Occoquan River in Woodbridge. We normally start the meetings off with the regular announcements and the introduction of the speaker. We then pledge allegiance to the flag. We have our invocation. The speaker comes, and then we introduce the speaker again. We have the speaker talk to us for the duration of the time that we've given the speaker. After that, we conduct Rotary business where announcements are given, club announcements are given, general Rotary announcements are given, and we have club activities like 50-50, which is quite interesting. And then after that, we have a four-way test, and we bring the meeting to a close after that.
Okay.
But if we have any guests at that time, we introduce them. If we have any visiting Rotarians, we introduce them during the early introductory phase.
Gotcha. How about community service? Rotary is noted for its community service. How has your club been involved in the community?
We support Club Mend House. We participate in their activities. We do the Salvation Army annual bell ringing. We support ACTS, which is Action for Community True Service, and a community that supports the community. We also support the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Prince William County branch. We do their Christmas activities with them. And we also are part of RILA, and one of our members actually takes active part in RILA. And so that through those activities, we're quite active in our local community.
Wonderful. Talk to me then about your tenure as president. Do you have any new programs that you're considering implementing during this time?
Not really, and the reason being, we're now coming out of the whole COVID hybrid era meeting, and we're trying to figure out how stable will our meetings continue to be, how many people are we really going to be getting physically in our meetings. But other than that, we're still continuing most of the programs that the club participated in and the club undertook prior to me assuming the presidency.
Okay. How about vocational service? Are you all having any programs for the youth or career switchers that are going on right now?
Other than RILA, we haven't brought on any new programs because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get more of the membership going. We've had to cut our budgets for certain things for a while, so we're trying as much as possible to manage our budget and not bring on any more activities that we really cannot support.
Okay. And I'm sure that's been the case in many of the clubs around the district, considering they're coming out of the pandemic. They weren't able to fundraise, as much as they've been in the past. Yep. Talk about the past couple of years. Some things you say you were able to do, some things you were not able to do because of COVID. What are some of the things you were able to continue doing?
I'd say we were able to support most of the charities that we supported in our local communities, but we had to cut back on a few of our budget items that we had for certain activities in the community, and we're hoping to bring those things back on. Like I said, we support ACTS, we support ARC, the Salvation Army, RILA, the Namibia Hostel, Project Mend House, and Project Shelter House, so Shelter Box. So these are activities that we continue to do, and we look forward to continuing to pursue those activities as we go on. But as everything improves, we're looking to bring back some of the activities that we had to cut back on during the pandemic.
Okay. Now, like I said, we all share your pain in that area because they're slowly coming back online. And we're all going to be there together doing it. We're going to take a short break and come back and talk about your international programs. So stay with us, and we're coming back to speak further with President Nathan Dankwa of the Rotary Club of Woodbridge, Virginia. Welcome back to the Rotary Times. We're here talking with Rotarian Nathan Dankwa, the president of the Rotary Club of Woodbridge, Virginia, for the 2022-23 Rotary year. When we left, we were talking about the things that you're doing within the club to support the club and the needs of your members. Let's now shift to the community. And I'd like to talk about what international projects you now currently host.
We currently host we partner and support the Namibia Children's Hostel, which is a program in Namibia where we support the Namibia Children's Hostel, provide hostels for orphaned children who are victims of, whose parents have died of HIV and other communicable diseases or poverty in Namibia. And that has really been going well for us. The club has been part of it for probably about 10 or so years now. We have a member who actively participates and actually goes down to Namibia to visit and keeps us abreast with what our support goes towards helping the program for.
Oh, that's amazing. I hope one day you'll come back and share more on that with us. Of the projects that you've spoken about, which has been the one that has given you the most personal satisfaction?
I would say is the Boys and Girls Club. Because you see the impact that you have in the community, and when you're around, especially for the Christmas activities that we hold for them, you get to know the impact that you're having and how much the children really appreciate what we're doing for them. And it goes a long way to tell us about the impact we're having in the community.
Okay, wonderful. How about, let's talk about the motto, service above self. How do you use that in your own personal life?
First off, it comes to me as it's not about you, but the impact that you're having on your community and your society. And what positive impact are you having on them? If you are having a positive impact on the society and your community, then positively, you are impacting yourself. So to me, service above self is the way I look at it and how it directs and impacts what I do.
Okay. The four-way test, similarly, how does that operate for you in your business dealings or in your own personal life?
I'd say it's the 4 pillars by which I'm grounded by. Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? So to me, if those 4-way test pillars work out, then it means what you're doing is right. So it's more of a moral compass to me to go, hey, this activity that I'm about to engage in, this thing that I'm about to do, will it have a positive lasting impact by the 4-way test? And if it is, I know it's going in the right direction and I'm doing the right thing for myself, for my community, and for whatever I'm doing.
And I agree with you there. I actually love it. I apply that to my daily life. So thank you for sharing with our audience a great example of how you use it as well. Given the new normal that our clubs are facing, whether they're hybrid, whether they are in person, or whether they're online, what can Rotarians do to help to continue to grow their clubs?
It's always been about membership. And I think one of the most important things we have to do is to dispel that whole thing that Rotary is like a magical club that exists in a club. We are humans. We are part of our community. We want members. We're looking for good quality members to join the club to make it grow. So it's about us making a difference in our communities and inviting people and associates and acquaintances that we know who will make a difference in the community to go, hey, join Rotary. This is what we do. These are some of the things we do in our community that have impact on the communities in which we live and which we serve. So it's about demystifying what Rotary is and making everybody know that, hey, we're humans like you are in Rotary. It's not that whole Rotary in quotation thing.
Mhm. Well, the more our membership grows, we're able to do even more in our communities
Yep.
because that's where the impact comes, is from us being involved. How about mentoring? Do you all mentor your club members? Is that part of your onboarding structure?
It is. It is part of our onboarding structure. And actually, we're going to start having our fireside chats beginning in December.
Okay.
We kind of let that go because um, of the pandemic, but now we've come up with a program where the membership chair is going to start doing the fireside chats in December. And also, when we get new members, we try to get them involved in the club by having them actively participate in the activities that the club does, and giving them a mentor or a buddy in the club who is always there for them, calls on them to check on them, and it's always in touch with them, so that there's that warmth and that camaraderie that is built to make them know that, hey, I'm not just coming to meetings to meet fellowship and to meet with the members of the club, but outside of the club, there are people reaching out to me, and there's someone reaching out to me from the club.
Absolutely, absolutely. Networking is key in Rotary, and I think we often forget that, and we have to remind Rotarians in and outside the clubs of those opportunities to work together. So how about, you said fellowship. What kind of activities do you guys do?
Our regular weekly meetings, we have one-on-one phone calls or one-on-one meetings or one-on-one arrangements to meet off the Rotary schedule that we arrange, and that helps to bring camaraderie within the club, so that you know that, hey, we just don't have to meet each other just at the club meetings, but outside of the club meetings, we also can meet each other, share ideas, and get to know each other better outside of the club meetings.
When you think about your new members, what are the key elements to retaining them that you think?
It's club inculcation, club participation, and making them feel welcome, and making them know that, hey, you are a valued member, and participation in the activities that the club is involved in. That is what gets people to stay, and accepting and valuing their contribution to what the club is doing.
Okay. What's your breakdown of young under 40? Do you have many?
I would say probably about 5.
That's good. That's a good number. That's a good number. Many clubs I know are trying to grow as clubs age out. They're trying to really look at how do we begin to bring those under 40s in who will do the things that we've done over the last 25 years as Rotarians. That's wonderful to hear. Are there areas in your club that you think that are very special, that you want others around the district to know that you all are doing?
I'd say it's our involvement in the community, especially one of the biggest activities that we do during the year is the Rise Against Hunger, which we normally give all our district grants to, which is to package over 34 to 40,000 food items to help reduce hunger around the world. It is one thing that we really pride ourselves in, and we all do actively participate in. And for us, I would say that is our hallmark. We're really dedicated to that, and also participating and supporting arts and art in our community.
And what is ACTS and ARC?
ACT is action through ACT is action through community service, and ARC is I may get it wrong.
That's okay.
But I know the acronym, the short, it's ARC, but it's an organization that supports people with mental health challenges in our community,
Okay.
providing accommodation, transportation, daily activities for them.
Wonderful. That is truly absolute, because that is a strong need in all of our communities. So thank you for doing that. As we begin to think about the future of Rotary, there are people that look from the outside, and many may even be in our viewing audience, who think, you know, I'd like to maybe become involved with that organization. What words would you leave with them to think about joining Rotary?
Rotary is an organization made up of special people who want to be active participants in the improvement of their society. You are one of us. All you need to do is walk through the door and tell us what you are interested in, what you want to do to improve and to help your community. And we'll put our arms around you and you'll be welcome.
That is amazing and very nicely stated, because there are oftentimes we hear from our viewing audience, you know, why Rotary? Why should I join Rotary? And you've just made the compelling reason as to why it has become such a needed aspect of our communities today. As our communities, we face a lot, so we are really helpful and hopeful for our communities, and we can do that through Rotary. Well, I just want to say thank you for coming on today and sharing. We hope that you will come back and share with us again even later as to what's going on in the Woodbridge community, because it's a new community, fairly new. It's not new historically, but new in terms of your rise in the community in Rotary. So we appreciate you and thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. Thank you.
Yeah. Funding for this program is made possible by the generosity of Rotary District 7610, Virginia. For the Rotary Times program, I am your host, Rotarian Dr. Deborah Jackson from the Rotary Club of McLean, Virginia. You're welcome to join us at a Rotary Club in your area for either breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a service project. You've heard of one today, Rise Against Hunger. You can find a Rotary Club near you by just looking us up on the internet. Many clubs are hosting meetings in person, virtually, or in some hybrid format. You only need to look us up for details. Remember, our time is your time, and it's time well spent. Please join us for our next program as we continue to celebrate Rotary's 117 years of service above self.